Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro. Y así se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No.
I want to say right about now, there's only one team that's looking like our little brothers.
No, it's fine if you want to compare to United, but I keep saying to all my Arsenal friends, and I respect Arsenal, watching Arsenal is watching Netflix, you know. You always wait for the next season. And trust me, every season is going to be like that. So don't even get involved, Joe. You know, I'm like really nice, peaceful. Of course, you know, United right now is a disaster, but please don't speak about Arsenal, because now you're going to cry what? For the referee? Come on.
What are you going to cry about now? The referee, PGMOL, everybody's against us, BBK.
The only thing with that damn Everclip, I wish he had given the actual TikTok creator who came up with that Netflix joke his credit. He's running around claiming credit for man's joke, and that I don't like that. That's snaky. That's like so United. There's an African TikToker that came up with that years ago, bro, and he ain't give man this credit to this day. He's running with it. So, but other than that, you know, it's spot on. But yeah,
is it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people just let him get away with it, and that's why, you know, as you're coming up in these YouTube spaces, man, you have big ideas for your channel, and I know you do. You keep them close to your chest, because the big channels will get your ideas and they'll take it and run with it because they have big platforms. You know them ones. So yeah, you got to be careful with them.
Right, damn, I didn't know about that one. But yeah, speaking about ideas, I have no idea what Arsenal are doing. Do you know what I'm saying? We've spent 440 million for this midfield, BBK. We could go straight into that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got time, and they told us we have time. They told us to be patient. It's the 29th of June. All right, cool. From the 1st of July, if I don't start seeing the right signings, not signings, because they're like, oh, they're signed. No, the right signings. We're gonna have a big problem with these. We ain't gonna stop on this YouTube space. But my thoughts on this for 40 this amount of money we spent on this midfield is just, I'm just worried, you know, BBK. The when I look at this midfield and it's on my thumbnail, I don't think we're ready this season. I don't think we're going to be ready. I don't think we're going to do anything. I genuinely don't think we're going to win. I really think that with this midfield, BBK, and I don't know if you share my you know what I'm saying, share the same idea as me. I think even if we get Rodrigo and Gyökeres, we're not going to cook. We'll get like semi-final, second. We're not going to win the trophy. We're not going to win a big trophy with this midfield. What's your thoughts, man, BBK? What's your thoughts, man?
But on the midfield, it's so poorly built. Like I was on Shane Guna the other week, and I told him, it's like, you know, when your missus, big up to you from Loudmouth Football. You know, when your missus like order you like a flat rack or something that you have to assemble, right? And we just start putting shit together. We don't read the instructions, and then you finish. You wonder why you have extra parts. You know, it's leaning to one side and all this because we don't read the instructions, and we have too much ego. And then your missus is standing there, like, babe, did you read the instructions? This goes there. You're like, nah, I got it. That's why our midfield is so lopsided and so poorly built, where we just let our best midfielder walk for free, or tomorrow his contract's expired. And we got a 6 that's really playing in the 8, and we got a 10 that's not really a 10. It's so poorly built. And then we spent like you said, 414 million, or however, trying to replace what we found out worked in the first title charge with Xhaka. He's still trying to replace Xhaka. He tried Havertz there, tried Moreno there, and he's still not working. And Mikel Arteta played as a midfielder. How does he keep getting this wrong? Like, bro, this is your position. You were a CM. You know them, and he just keeps getting it wrong. But I do think if we get Rodrigo and Gyökeres, we would improve on our points tally from last season. But I still don't think it would be enough based on what we're competing against. Because right now, I think Liverpool, if they just signed Trent replacement or Robo's replacement and didn't sign a Verts, they would still compete. They could run it back and compete with that. But they have signed a Verts, and they're gonna kick on. So I'm like, yeah, I agree. I think we will get better, even if with Gyökeres and Rodrigo. But I don't think it will be enough. I feel the gap widening in between us and City. Yeah, big up, Carl, man. How are you, bro?
Big up, Carl, man.
Sorry, I'm late, bro. I fell asleep. This heat has kicked my ass all day today, and it's just I just put my boy to bed at 7. I was like, right, I'll just go on bed. I'll just have a lay down. I'll try not to fall asleep. Trying to listen to Lee Gunner's stop start stream, and I'm falling asleep to it. He's having massive problems on StreamYard. I'm surprised you haven't. Rashid, but like
exactly. That's what I don't get.
I'm surprised you haven't suffered for it, but no, he's contemplating going to OBS, which is a minefield in itself. But if you know, you know. And big up panel. Hope all well. Big up chat. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you like to Rashid. Well on hitting 1K, by the way, bruv.
Thank you very much, thank you very much, Carl, man. You're next, hopefully, and do you know what we were talking about, Carl? As you can see in the title, do you know what I'm saying? We're talking about like the amount of money we threw on this midfield and the state of it right now. And I was going to ask a question, obviously, after you give us your thoughts on this midfield. My question would be, with this midfield, if we had Rodrigo and Gyökeres like the best signings we can get, do you think we can win a Premier League or a Champions League, a major trophy with this midfield? Now, go on, Carl.
With that midfield, with a proper proven manager in, I'd say, yeah, we'll go very close to it.
Yeah, he's popping back in.
Oh, she's having some buffering issues. I think with a proper proven manager, I think we can do it. But as much as I can say, you can get Gyökeres in, you can get Eze in, you can get, you can get Rodrigo in. If you get them 3 big marquee signings in, yeah, it would help. But is it going to win us the league? This is my stumbling block. I just feel like whoever we buy as a professional player, I do feel that the manager is only going to take us as far as he can take the team. Now you buy world-class talent. We'll see what happens. And if you can't get world-class talent over the line, guess what? The manager's not ready to take that next step forward. So,
apologies, I'm having.
No, that's fine, but you pop back in. Yeah, the midfield is so. The thing is for me, Carl, is that we've had the best defense in the Premier League 2 years running with nothing to show for it, right? So I know those guys are getting tired of hearing the same old message from Mikel. The midfield is okay. It's not the best midfield, but we've challenged with that. We clearly see where the hole in our squad is, the gaping hole up front, and instead of fixing what the major problem is, we're doing the cosmetics. So like our car needs an alternator to recharge the battery. We're getting a paint job done. I'm reading reports of us prioritizing defensive depth with this Mascara signing. Defensive depth, like what are we doing? Are we going to play a 4-6? Is that what we're going to do? We're just going to put 4 midfielders, 4 defenders and 6 midfielders in front of them and hope we don't get beat? Because right now it's on June 9th, they told us, hey, it's only June 9th. Well, today's June 29th. Big up, Tex.
Yeah, big up, lads, man.
Big up, Tex.
Yeah. It's June 29th, and we still haven't signed any attacking players. And it's frustrating to the point where I just read a report that Chelsea have signed João Pedro from Brighton. And Chelsea are playing in the Club World Cup. So how come the calendar doesn't apply to them? Why does the calendar only apply to Arsenal having to wait till July 1st to get things done? When we got City signing players, Chelsea signing players, and Liverpool signing players. Verts is on the pitch right now learning how Salah likes to receive the ball. Kirkes is on the pitch right now with Gakpo and Jota and whoever is playing on that left side with him, how he likes the ball. Now, whenever July 1st comes around and we're still dragging our feet and we finally get players in, then we're already behind the curve. We finished 10 points behind them, and that's a kind 10 points because they stopped playing after match week 33 when they won the league. Had Liverpool really needed to go out and win games, they would have racked up 90-something points. So they were at least 15 points clear of us. And with this transfer window, if it ended today, I'd say you add 10 points to that.
Yeah, but these fans saying, "Oh, it's only June 29th. Calm down. This, that, and the others." But and you should make the point there. Wirtz is already learning how to feed the ball through to Mo Salah, which is their prominent striker.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you know, we could. What I don't get is, guys, and please bear with me with this, okay? Why are we going for? We know what signings we need. We need a striker, we need a winger, we need a creative 10, and we probably need two strikers, a creative 10 and a left winger, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're sorting out the defensive midfield first. We're sorting out the centre half first. It just feels like we're prioritising squad depth instead of prioritising marquee signings, that we actually desperately need.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an analogy, and you'll laugh for this, but I'll give you the analogy. Nate, it's the same as when you go into a restaurant. You don't open up the menu and you look at the sides, and then you try and say, I want peppercorn sauce, I can get that, the mushrooms, I can get that, the onion rings, I can get that, and so on. And then you go over to the mains to find out what steak you get and see how much money you got left. No retard does that. It's exactly the same with what we're doing with Arsenal Football Club. We're actually getting all our supplements in first and not going after the main course, the main issues that we have. It's just so arse backwards. This club is, but the longer we continuously leave it any longer, there's going to be teams that eventually one of them will come in for Gyökeres, and maybe one team will come after Sesko, and then what are we stuck to try and go after?
Calvert-Lewin,
Ollie Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, Nicholas Jackson.
Did you see the options? Like, if we don't sign Sesko and Gyökeres, it's not like they're going for a striker that we don't know. They're going for strikers that we know that didn't work in the Premier League or are not up to the level. But just to bring in Liontex to the whole conversation, Liontex, we're talking about this midfield, and I just wanted to ask you the question as well. Do you think with this midfield, because I don't, I believe that with this midfield, we ain't going to win any major honor. It doesn't matter who we bring as a forward. But what's your thoughts on the midfield first? And tell us that.
Yeah, the midfield is dead. Let's just be honest, bro. Without our best midfielder, who we've just let go on a free, stupidly, by the way. Let me just get that in. Yeah, without him in the midfield, our midfield is suspect.
But he wanted more money, Tex. What are we gonna do? He wanted more money. The best midfielder that we have wanted more money.
Well, give it to him then, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I hate these accountants talking about, we need to save money. We need to stretch the budget. Fuck the budget, bruv. You know what I mean? Think about the team. You know what I mean? If you're going to get in Norgard as a replacement, then you might as well just catch Partey. So what's the point? If you're going to get in a player, you have to get in a player on the level of Partey or better. That's the whole point. If you're not going to do that, then just keep him. You know what I mean? Because he was like the one midfielder that I can rely on. Him and Rice. Other than that, the others, fuck
average.
I don't want to see Marino in this midfield because
below
he turns like a fucking snail, fam. You get me? So he can't be in there. 29, boy, that's another one. Like, if I see him in that midfield this season, fam, I'm gonna flip. I swear to God. I don't want to see this guy in the midfield.
Do you think he'll move 29 to the midfield if we bring Sesko or?
I do.
Rashid, Arteta is going to shoehorn Havertz in somewhere to justify the means. You don't have your highest earner just holding bench. There's no way that happens. Name me another 280 grand player a week that's holding bench in any elite club right here, right now.
True.
Yeah, it was easy for him to put Ozil as the highest earner on the bench because he didn't sign him. He signed this guy.
Yeah.
So he's hell bent on proving us wrong, like we don't have eyes. Like you need FIFA license to see that Kai Havertz is shit. Like we've seen it. And if you are Partey and you are our best performing player last season, and then you see Havertz on 280, how dare you ask for what you're worth? How dare you ask for more money? Because this is your last big contract. And then you see Jesus, who's been on the doctor's table for the past 2 years, left knee, right knee, this injury, that injury, and you see them men earning way more than you. It's a business at the end of the day with them, because you can only play professional football until you're 30-something, unless you're Ronaldo. So how dare Partey ask for more money when he was our best performing midfielder? That's what you do when you outperform a contract. You know what I mean? So it's the madness.
I agree with Partey.
Yeah, I want to be able to have the depth in our midfield next year, where we can sit a Declan Rice and still have a strong squad. The same way Man City can sit a Kevin De Bruyne and a title run in and start Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Gundogan in their midfield. We don't have that. Zubimendi, he better hit the ground running. Now he has extra pressure on him. He has extra pressure on him not to hit the ground running because there is no cover. Norgard isn't the cover. Lakanga isn't the cover. He is it. Single point of failure. So let him pick up a knock when we rave about how physical the Premier League is. Then he gets here and he gets bodied. And he picks up an injury. Then we're screwed.
Do you know what Artetaans tell me, my friends, when I told them about because I'll be honest, I was happy with the Zubimendi signing, but if Partey stayed,
right?
See, I wanted them to battle it out for that number 6. I always believe in competition, just like any manager would. You know what I'm saying? Competition is healthy. Like I don't know why Arsenal fans always. What do they tell you when you tell them? Let's bring in Eze. But Eze, they'll throw him on the left wing. Let's say Madueke. You know, we don't want Madueke, but let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? Mbeumo. When you tell them Mbeumo, where's Saka gonna play? So what? Yeah. So why are you worried about where Saka's gonna play, bro? Yeah, let Saka be the best. Do you know what I'm saying? If he's not, sit on the bench. Somebody else comes in. If he does a better job, it is what it is. This is football, bro. You're getting paid anyway.
Have you heard any of the Liverpool fans? Sorry to cut in there, but have you heard any of the Liverpool fans complain about where McAllister's going to play since they signed?
Never.
Nope.
Never.
Same as Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai is the number 10. Szoboszlai is the number 10. So are they whinging and crying and moaning about Wirtz coming in? No, of course they won't, because you've got 2 perfectly good number 10s there. Yes, Szoboszlai is going to end up taking a back seat, but then it's down to him in pre-season to go, oh, hang on, mate, what are you doing in here? You're not taking my fucking place. Fuck off, man. I'm going to fucking ball you out in pre-season, bruv. Yeah. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and that's how football was. I mean, even growing up, when we used to play as kids, or even older than that, your manager tells you, may the best man get the job. You know what I'm saying? May the best man play. If you come in, you do your thing. Okay, you score. You don't do well. You got a sit bench. You need to rethink. You need to reboot. You know what I'm saying? And come in stronger. Just battle it out like any other team. Why is it only Arsenal that? And then when they're injured, they're like, oh shit, we don't have a right wing. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We told you in the first place. Exactly. You get me? We told you. Bring in Mbeumo just in case Saka gets injured. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this?
Bring in Elise. We could have got Elise before you went to Bayern Munich.
Oh, where's Odegaard going to play? There you go. We can play that. So I'm saying, every time we tell them someone that would affect one of their favorite players.
Can I give you an example, Rashid, of what the backups could potentially look like if we'd actually had done it actually as a proper club would actually have done? Let's just go to Saka's position. You've got Saka on the right, Elise covers him. On the left, you've got Martinelli, Eze covers him. Eze covers him. Mm-hmm. Alex Baena, who's gone to Atletico Madrid, starts in the number 10. Odegaard backs him up or tries to keep his position. Up front, all right, you got Kai Havertz. But then you get Gyökeres in. Or you get Gyökeres and Jonathan David in. 3 strikers, and then use Havertz on for the final 10-15 minutes to be a fucking pain in the eye. Do you know who Havertz should be? He should be Diego Costa. Coming on and just being an absolute nuisance in the box, nuisance to centre-halves, and try and win a penalty to just stink out, say, a 1-0 or 2-1 win. That's what Havertz should be. Mm-hmm. He is not a starting striker. Gyökeres is. Jonathan David is. Pavlidis is. There are strikers out there that can actually do it, but it seems like we're going after the project players. Look, I don't know much about Sesko. He's 21. He's 6'5". Great. He's got a lot of height. Whoop-de-doo. So did Peter Crouch. He wasn't exactly clinical, was he? Mm-hmm. Come on.
He can jump high, Carl, though. He can jump high. He used to play NBA. Oh my days.
Sweet,
Yeah, apparently you can jump
sweet.
higher.
So does Kristaps Porzingis for the Celtics, but I don't want him on as my fucking starter, do I? What?
Speak on it.
Oh my days, man. But big up to the chat as well, man. Big up to the chat. Gavin is saying evening, Gavin. Evening. Alessandro, big up my friend, big up Paul Smith, Paul Sennett, sorry. Chelsea about to sign Osimhen and Martinez. Yo, are you talking about Martinez, the goalkeeper? Martinez, the goalkeeper.
I can
I
see
don't
it.
know. I can see that's good signings.
Yeah.
I like Osimhen. I don't know why people disrespect this guy. Okay, he's a bit of a, you know what I'm saying, but you can put an arm around him. Do you know what I'm saying? You can put an arm around him. Like, how many players with attitudes played under big managers? Because they can manage. Do you know what I'm saying? They can manage that player. They know how to talk to that player. They know what to tell him, because Osimhen is a 20 plus. He'll score 20 goals in the Premier League.
Easy.
Hands down. I know he will score us 20 goals. If he doesn't, that's kind of like, I'll be so shocked that he wouldn't score 20 goals for us. Do you get me? But that's the thing. Every time you tell them about player, Martinez, goalkeeper, and then he went on to sign 9 goalkeepers. That Martinez is better than all the 9 goalkeepers. We just spent how much money did we spend on goalkeepers?
Bro, he inherited
90
2
million,
goalkeepers.
80, 90 million.
Yep.
Fuck no.
He inherited 2 Premier League starting goalkeepers who are still starting in the Premier League in Leno and Martinez. They're still starting for Premier League clubs, and we're still haggling. He's, I think he signed one every window.
Wasn't bothered by the sell of Leno, but Martinez really did annoy me.
Yeah.
Because you know, he is a very good shot stopper, but he's also. But I love his character. I love his attitude. He's an absolute shithouse.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to penalties, he's just a master manipulator on the line.
Yeah, he's a beast when it comes to penalties. Martinez, beast when it comes to penalties. He won World Cup. What are you talking about? This man, but I could see it. The thing is that I don't understand. It's another competition problem. See, what did he do? He said, "Oh, I'm gonna bring back Leno. That was on a 1 year." Injured 1 year, I'm going to bring him back, put him as the first goalkeeper, and you just going to have to, you know what I'm saying, start all over again. What? Start all over again? I gave you 6 months of my life. Because Martinez already, he was out there, do you know what I'm saying? He went for, played for a lot of teams before he came back to Arsenal. He's on loan. He was always on loan. So the guy was hustling. Give him a chance. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just mad. It's just mad when you think about it. Like, Martinez, how he felt. I know, I can kind of like feel how he felt. Like, okay, I did my part. I went on loan. Do you know what I'm saying? I learnt my trade. Do you get me, Tex?
Yeah. He proved himself. Those 6 months were the 6 months where Arteta had his best time as an Arsenal manager. You know what I mean? He won the FA Cup with him in goal while Leno was injured. When everyone was panicking when Leno got injured, Martinez came on and he was better. Instantly, you could see that he was a better goalkeeper. He was more commanding.
Why didn't it take time? Why didn't it take time? Should it take time?
Exactly. He came in straight away and hit the ground running. And then he's being told, "Oh, you're going to be second choice."
Yeah.
After all of that, you know, man's telling man that's come back from injury, "I'm going to be second choice."
To an injured goalkeeper. 1 year injured goalkeeper. Comes in straight away, goes back to his place straight away. How many times have we seen it with players under this manager? Do you know what I'm saying? He was out for 1 year. You don't just rush the goalkeeper in. And secondly, Martinez proved himself. You can see that something was special in that player. I could see it, man. A lot of us saw it, but it is what it is. We move, innit? We move. However, big up to you, my friend. Big up Ozzy in the chat. Big up Ozzy, man. Big up.
Big up, man.
Rashid, what do you think of Community Shields? Look, man, we can't take that seriously.
This is what our manager has done to us, bro. This is from him. These are his words, not ours. At this point, we don't even have to make up shit to attack Arteta. We can just use his own words, bro. You know what I mean?
He was desperate. He was desperate that time on here.
A lot of fuel, man. That's what he's doing. All the top gooners, all they get their excuses from is this manager. Because when you listen to this manager in the press conferences, yeah, he's saying the exact same shit that this saying. And it's like, your puppet is literally talking for you. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Even when you talk to like Arteta in, I don't know if you have any Arteta in friends. It's exactly what Arteta says.
Yeah.
It's just blind following, and it is what it is. We're not going to move with these Arteta ins. I'll be real. We are not going to move. It doesn't matter who we bring. These men will always pull us down. They're just so easy to please, and the patience. Big up AJ in the chat. Big up my friend. Love.
Big up AJ, man.
Darren is saying Arteta is a bottleneck. The team will never get past him. Facts. He ain't gonna win anything. You know, one time, Darren, yeah, I said that Arteta, even if he had unlimited funds, he won't win. He won't win a major shot at Arsenal. I don't know if he goes to another team, what happens, whatever. I don't care. You get me? When this guy leaves, yeah, I'll never think about him again. I won't. Do you know what I'm saying? I won't look. If he goes to another team, I won't watch that team. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you ever again. Ever again. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what team he joins. I'm not gonna watch that team. Big up D, man. This midfield can work with a better manager or 2 seasons ago. Arteta Ball.
Yeah.
Really? Look, with a better manager, you'll always get better results. I guess that's what you mean, innit? That's what you mean by that. Okay, that maybe. 2 seasons ago, Arteta Ball. Yeah, we'll score more goals, but still, we won't win the major trophy. Our problem is winning the major trophy. Is getting. You see, when he gets to the nitty gritty, when he gets to that last game to win, and then you win the trophy. That's what we lose. When the pressure is on.
Big up to the Unapologetic podcast. Still, now the thing with the midfield, it can work because we did challenge with that midfield and come within 2 points of the Premier League trophy in 23-24. However, the Villa game that we lost 2-0, he brought Kai Havertz back in that midfield when he had a fully fit Thomas Partey on the bench. That's what I'm saying. This is what he will find a way to lose the game and trip himself up. That game will forever haunt me. When I saw that starting lineup, I said, we are not winning this game. There is no way Kai Havertz can move in those tight spaces that the Villa midfield was going to squeeze us in. And Partey was fit on the bench, and we lost the game 2-0. Win that game, you win the league. So it can work, but he does.
But don't you think that was a different midfield? Because we had.
No, it was Partey, Rice, and Odegaard most of the season. But for that game, he put
the 2 point.
Yeah. He brought Havertz back into the midfield. Now that Partey is going, and Zubimendi isn't coming, I don't know. We've never seen Zubimendi kick a ball in the Premier League. That's why it was so important for me to have Thomas Partey stay. If you're going to give 12 months to a midfielder, you give those to Thomas Partey, not Sambi Lokonga. That is, bro, be prepared for a season of misery because we're moving right now. I'm mentally prepared for a slow start, a toxic Emirates, banter from left, right, and center. And, it's going to, a slow start spells trouble for him.
Is what it is, isn't it? Paul was saying, how can Chelsea move so mad? Arsenal hasn't signed or sold anyone officially. Club World Cup. There you go, Paul. Club World Cup. That's why they moved mad. Nah. But all seriousness, when it comes to moving quickly, when it comes to players like Norgard and average players, we're always quick to get them. So I don't think the money is the problem. I think it's discussed something to do with the player. Because how long has it been we've agreed terms with Sesko and Gyökeres, both of them? Do you know what I'm saying? We've agreed with terms with both of them. We agreed terms with Sesko a long time ago as well. Let's just focus on Sesko. How come all of a sudden we find out that Sesko wants a certain release clause? Didn't you discuss that in the first time you talked to him, or the second, or the third, or the 10th? Didn't you discuss that with him? Like, how could it all of a sudden come out to the people where like, oh, he wants a release clause and blah blah blah? Isn't that something you talk about? Bibi?
How do you, man, feel about him wanting a release clause? Is that a sticking point for you, man? How do you feel about that?
I don't want him to be. I don't want him anyway. So I kind of like can't judge. But if I did want him, I understand the whole release clause. I understand why, because we are stepping stone, baby. Unfortunately, we are stepping stone to this team. They ain't taking us seriously. You know, when we call offices, they're like straight, oh, it's Arsenal. Them way. We'll talk to them later, man. They're not serious.
With the release clause thing, I'm not particularly bothered by it because, for example, say we buy him for 60 million and we put a 80 or 100, 120, whatever the release clause in there. For someone to trigger that, he would have had to add bang. He would have had to add bang for someone who wants to trigger that amount of money, right? And if he comes to Arsenal and bangs and wins us a Prem and a Champs, I wouldn't care. Right? I wouldn't care if you had one. Plus, bro. Release clause. I tell you what. I wish Kai Havertz had a release clause that someone could motherfucking trigger and get him off our hand. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you want to know? Do you want to know something, lads? I've just looked this up on StatViews. I've just typed in Arsenal record with and without Thomas Partey. This is how clueless these top gooners think that Thomas Partey is not pivotal for us. So the times that he's played, he has played a grand total of let's go with 100. I think it's like 130 appearances. I think that's what it says. Yeah, 130 appearances. His record of Arsenal stands at this: 180, drawn 28, lost 22.
Shit.
And you're telling me he's not even worth it anymore. Okay.
Oh, they're thinking about money now. Now they're all accountants. Oh, if we give him 220, we won't have enough money to get Sesko.
yeah.
Fuck off, man. What do you mean we don't have money? I thought we had a 350 million war chest. I thought that we had money. I don't think that we had problems with the PSR. Oh, wait, let's buy players in July. All right, cool. But agree with the player now. I want to see here we go. You can do that, here we go, right? Innit? Like, you don't have to buy him, but you can agree on everything with the club and the player, blah, blah, blah. Just do it now. Do it now. Because, like Aaron said yesterday, big up to him, man. He said 7 weeks until the start pre-season. The start of the season, sorry. That is, look, man, 7 weeks is not enough, especially with this club.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know how slow we are. But what pisses me off is how fast we are with average players. So it kind of hit me. Why are we so fast when it comes to average players? You know why? Because we don't have no pool. There is no pool apart from giving the players money, which we can't. Because we gave Havertz 285. How much are you going to give another player? I don't think we can go above 300. I really think Havertz and Gabriel Jesus, because people forget, innit? Gabriel Jesus is like 265, something like that.
Yeah, he's on there.
260.
Yeah.
Look, listen, if Sesko's walking in, you know he wants that 300. I'm here to replace Havertz. Do you know what I'm saying? I want that money. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Do you know what? Our wage bill, will come to bite us in the ass, bro. That's what happened. We gave the wrong players the big money. See, other teams, yes, they do give big money, but it's like a Haaland. You're guaranteed 30 goals. Understandable why he gets that kind of money. A De Bruyne or a Salah, he's got the numbers. You know what he's gonna get you. You know what he's gonna bring you. Do you know what I'm saying? 10 goals a season or 13 goals a season from Havertz is just not enough. It's not gonna cut it. You get me?
Yeah. Our wage bill is bad, bro. There's no a world shouldn't exist when Luis Diaz is starting week in, week out for a Premier League winner and making half as our third choice left back.
Facts.
Third choice, maybe even fourth. Zinchenko is maybe fourth choice left back, and he's on twice the money that Luis Diaz is on. When goals are important and he scores goals, right?
Yeah.
This is lunacy, and all this comes back to the contract that's really crippling us is that Kai Havertz deal. And Arteta is going to die on this hill. I will never let him forget this. You signed Kai Havertz and made him the highest paid player at Arsenal Football Club before he ever kicked the ball. That's criminal. And no one presses him on that. There's no accountability at the club. No one presses him on that.
No.
But that's the problem. Now we're going to see that. Now we're going to see that why Havertz is going to be a problem for us. We can't even offload this player. How long has he got? Who are you going to sell him to? Who are you going to sell him to on that kind of money? Nobody's buying Havertz for that kind of money. Nobody's putting Havertz any team in the world. Any team in the world. Innit?
Nobody wants him.
Do you men think the Eze links are real, or was this talk to me?
Nah, it could be real. Because Eze
next to it, but whether we sign him or not, I don't know.
Yeah, that's something else. Yeah. So I think it's real. The reason why is because I think we're the only ones in for him, aren't we? I don't see a lot of links. I don't know.
Spurs.
Maybe
Spurs are linked with him. Spurs.
It was Tottenham as well. Apparently.
Come on, man. Look, we can't bully Tottenham. If we can't bully Tottenham, listen. If we can't bully Tottenham, it's just might as well just fold the club. You know what I'm saying? Let's all go start supporting other clubs. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just destroy the whole club because How could you not bully a team like Tottenham? Like, what's their pool that we can't? Or what can they offer that we can't? What can they offer that we can't? Yeah, they got Champions League. They might go they got Champions League, and that's about it. We've got way more. I don't know. I think that's why it's real. But if you'd ask me, like, if Eze was linked to Liverpool, we won't get him, and the link is not real.
Yeah.
Any player that big clubs are linked to, we will. Even the players that we bought, Rice, City wanted to buy him for 85 million. That's why we got him. Havertz, Real Madrid wanted him for 20 million. 20. They went in and said 20. As soon as they said no, they were like, Arriba. You know what I'm saying? Turn the engine on, bro. Turn the engine on. My man said 65. 65 for this guy. No, compadre. No, it don't work like that. You get me? But you can see it. We haven't gone out there and really buy the player where, like, a player like, for example, Wirtz. You know that Wirtz, a lot of teams are gonna be in for him. So you gotta battle it out. We don't really battle it out with teams. Do you get me, UK? We don't really battle it out when it comes to other teams. The big ones, of course. We can bully the small teams, but when it comes to the big ones, nah, we ain't got that pool. We do not have that pool.
Eze he would improve us so much, and this is what confuses.
You want Eze?
This because here's what confuses me more about Arteta. He prides himself as this guy who likes players who can play multiple positions, right? Tomiyasu can play across the back line, Kivior, Calafiori, all these, man. He has Declan, who's a 6, really playing at 8. You got Eze, who can play. He can give you 10, left 8, or left wing. Versatile player. Then you got Odegaard, who really just occupies one side of the pitch. He just takes up residence on the right side where Saka is. But Eze, who can give you so much, you're not in for, or we're making a big push to get. He would. You get Eze and Rodrigo, vastly improve our squad. Vastly.
Facts. You know what it is, yeah? There's something. Oh, sorry, Tex, go on.
No, I was just saying 100%, man. That's the kind of players that we need to be getting in our squad, man. You know what I mean? That players that can displace the players that we got now. All these men keep talking about is, we need to buy backups. I heard flipping Robbie say it the other day. It's good to buy backups. Justify the Norgard signing. I was like, are you mad? How can you justify that? Like I was even saying it to Shane yesterday on the show we did yesterday. Like, how would these men justify these signings?
What's Robbie saying? What's Robbie saying again? What's he saying?
He was talking about how it's smart business that we flipping signed Norgard, and it was obviously
50 got stabbed that day, right? He did get stabbed.
That's how I'm looking at him right now.
Yep, that's what they're running. It's good business, and I hate that narrative. It's
good business. You know what I mean?
Stop it. Good business is keeping your best midfielder that's already on your books. You don't have to be a transfer fee for him. That's good business, yeah? That is good business. I've seen these men coming out with charts of his tackles and his interception and all this versus Thomas Partey. I'm like, come on. We watch Brentford against the big 6 teams because we're football men. We watch other teams. So when they're playing against, not one game did I watch Brentford last year and be like, man, did you see Norgard?
Facts.
No one was talking
about Brighton. I watched Brighton. I'll be like, you see that Baleba? You see that kid? Not once did I watch Brentford and be like, oh, I need that guy at Arsenal, bro. And as soon as these men had their graphics ready, within 24 hours of us being linked with him, they had ready side by side with Partey's numbers. Like, this is what we're dealing with, gentlemen.
They got the stats. Did you see the stats? Did you man see the stats?
Yeah.
He's got great stats, Norgard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Brilliant stats. You know what I mean?
Brilliant stats. But what did they tell you? They'll tell you, but how do you know that Zubimendi's gonna get injured in order for all the Norgard to play? Well, what if it happens then? What if it happens? Do you get me? Oh, and furthermore, why don't you trust this man? He has the stats, right? You're backing him up. You're making it seem like it's a good deal. So which one is it? Do you believe in him or not? Or are you just buying him to just be one of the bench players and just sit there? Like I don't understand. What is the audience? What's going on? What's going on with this club?
Rashid, yeah. Sorry to interrupt, Rashid. This is the thing, yeah. I was even saying it to Shane yesterday. Imagine like Rice gets a big injury, because that's what me and him predicted that this season, because he's gonna have to do so much work covering for these men, that he's gonna end up getting a long-term injury, and we're gonna end up having a midfield of flipping Merino, No God, the fucking Odegaard. Can you imagine that? Bro? Like that is a weakest piss. I'm telling you.
We're in big trouble, man. Especially with these Artetaans, we've been big trouble because they don't believe in him, but they do. So which one is it? They don't know what they want. Justifying.
They're trying to justify a signing that even. I don't know anything about this Valencia defender. No idea, but they're picking him up to be he's a fantastic project player. Goes, oh yeah, we've heard that too many times already. So no thanks. Norgard. No one had Norgard on their shopping list for the summer. No one did. Not even the likes of West Ham didn't have him. Nor Fulham. No one did. But the minute Thomas Partey announces that he's leaving, bang! All of a sudden, Arsenal linked with Norgard. 6 hours later, Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, Norgard to Arsenal. I'm like, where the bloody hell did this come from? Where did this come from? And they're trying to establish to replace him with Thomas Partey. And they're trying to say, oh, it's a cheaper option. It will save us a little bit of money. Do you know how much money it actually saves us?
Gone.
2 million. Gone. That is chump change for a Premier League club of Arsenal. 2 million. That's what in cost and in wages as well. Cost and wages as well. And
not only that car. What's the price of experience and know-how and know your teammates?
You can't get price and experience.
They're not even thinking about that. Partey knows this team. He's the most press-resistant midfielder at the club.
Yeah, he is. The only one.
Yeah. So
this is what I say. And so Partey's off. So Partey's off the books. Tierney's off the books, and Jorginho's off the books. That's 400 grand a week off the books, which on paper sounds fine. Mm-hmm. But if you look at it in the reality situation, we're only gaining 4.8 million over the course of the year. That's it. Yeah. Just by letting 3 players walk out the door, it's nothing. If you'd have kept hold of their players and sold them on, we could have got, even if we got like 10, 15, maybe 20 million for them. It's better than getting Jack.
Shit.
Because all you're doing is just saving the wages for the next player. Guarantee if we get Sesko, what is agent going to go? Who's your best agent on? What's your top earner on? Oh, 280. 280. Okay, well my client here is going to want like 300, maybe 320, mate.
Oh shit.
We're in destination screwed due to our finances. It's not good. It generally isn't good at all.
Do you guys believe in this one? Boy 10, big up the Boy 10, man. Big up Don't See as well in the chat. Big up to you, my friend. But Boy 10 is saying Sesko will play left wing. Can you guys see that? Because
if he plays 29 up front, he'll play Sesko on the wing.
Oh, right. Square peg, round hole.
Yeah. Because he has to fit 29 in somewhere.
In some games, I will see it. I can see it in some games. In games where you don't need Martinelli's defensive work, I can see him playing Sesko there.
Yeah. So like the smaller games, for example, like the games
just so he can play 29, like Tex said, right? Exactly. He loves this. This is his guy. Like we can't just win. We have to win his way. We have to win him while he shows us that he's smarter than everyone and he can get something out of Kyle.
That's going to be his downfall. If after the first couple of years and then he won a league title, okay, we trusted in him and guess what? It's worked.
Yeah.
But we're now in the 6th year and we're still waiting for it. There's only so much of this rope that he has left.
Yep.
Before eventually it leads him straight off a cliff.
Because the thing is, right, everyone here will admit that Martinelli had a bad season last year, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Martinelli scored 8 Premier League goals last season. You know what Kai Havertz's best output at Chelsea was while he was there? 8 Premier League goals. I'm not making this up, people. Like I'm literally sticking to the numbers, facts, data, statistics. His best season at Chelsea was 8 Premier League goals, and this is Premier League proven, and that's what he wanted, and that's what we went and got. And 2 years later, we're still looking for a striker, and no one will hold him accountable on that. But like, okay, bro, how many strikers are you gonna sign and fail? And now you want us to give you Sesko? Nah, bro, I'm not here for it.
This is what I mean. Marino is also another example. You know, we bought him in. We paid for him last year. He was absolutely shambolic in the midfield. Put him up front. He was more clinical than Havertz.
Facts.
So instead of pissing around for Sesko, you could have had. I would have said to Marino, I goes, right, okay, listen, I know your midfield is your preferred position, but you haven't done very well in the midfield for us, okay? However, up top, You've done a job, and you've actually done a consistent job. I will pull him into this summer, and I'll just go. We're going to start. We're going to restart. We're going to restructure your contract by putting you as one of our strikers. So it'll be Havertz, and it'll be you. But we are going to get a marquee signing, either that's a Gyökeres or a Sesko or a Pavlidis or whatever strikers we're going to get. But you are competing on that run because we need turnover so we don't get injuries. If Mourinho turns out and said, no, I want to play in midfield, okay, cool. Well, we're going to sell you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
I wanted him to say no. In this hypothetical situation that he was talking about, I wanted him to say no. Get the hell out of the club. But no, he did do a job up front. But you know what I would rather? I would rather Martinelli to be the third choice up front. The third choice. Yeah, you know, in those games where like they're playing a high line, blah, 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 that's when you throw a little Martinelli there. If they're playing a low block, mid block, do not put Martinelli there. If they're playing a low block or mid block, there's no way it's going to work. Yeah, because this is another thing, guys, yeah? I haven't seen them really attack the major issue here. And Arteta was one of the people that pointed it out. Creativity. Our creativity issue and our issue with low blocks and mid blocks, I haven't seen anything change. This midfield is unable to create against a team that will be strong and compact and play a low block. There's no way you can open up a team with players like Odegaard and Rice as number 8, Zubimendi number 6. Fair enough, he can break some lines, but how many? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I really do believe, my own belief is that Rice and the number 8, it's not that it doesn't work. It will work in certain games, but there's certain games you cannot play Rice as a number 8. It's just, it's not the game for them. That's why someone like an Eze. The problem is that we already have players that can play that role. There's Skelly. There's Ethan. Why do we have 700 left backs, bro? It's time to use one of them.
And we linked with another one. Remember, we linked with Hato. Yeah, remember that? So we linked with another left back. So.
Oh, now we're focused on Mosquera, but we'll get to that in like a little bit.
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Yeah, Mosquito. Yeah. I saw some clips. And looks fast, strong. Do you know what I'm saying? Good defender, to be honest. But in my opinion, is why are we focusing in on these players right now? Don't we have a major issue? Why haven't we? Where's the urgency? Where's the urgency to take care of the major issue, the creativity and the striker problem? I haven't seen anything. That's why I really do believe with Mr. Midfield, second place, third place, and just a semi-final here, semi-final there, and that's about it. That's the best you can really get, even with forwards. But what's your guys' thoughts on Mosquera, by the way? What's your thoughts on it, BBK?
Yeah, I'm not even. I watch a lot of La Liga, a lot, and I'm not even going to pretend like I have tapes out on this kid. You know, I'll have to go and look more into that. But he seems like a decent player. But I'm saying you're coming to be a rotation piece for Saliba, right? That's what you're coming to be, because you're not starting over Saliba right away. I mean, it seems like a good player, but you know, I'm not going to do the whole. I've watched him and he's techie on the ball. He's this and that because I haven't seen enough of him to even make any kind of
yeah.
If I don't know, I say I don't know, bro. I'm not just gonna make up shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah. No. To be honest, I don't think it's very hard to be a better defender than Kivior. I truly believe it. I really do, Tex. I swear to God, I do believe, and I want him out. Yeah. I want Kivior out by any costs. I want him out apparently.
He's staying.
So according to Maurizio, Kivior did put out saying that no, he said he wants to stay here, wants to fight for place. He enjoys it here. He loves it in London, this, that, and the other. I think to myself, you're on 58 grand a week, mate. Of course you're happy where you are. You're on 58 grand a week, bro.
Of course he's gonna love it.
Nowhere else. That's the problem. You ain't getting that nowhere else. So he's gonna stay.
Nah, facts. I don't think he'll get it anywhere else, and it's understandable why. I really don't rate him. You know, I really don't rate Kivior, man. I swear to God, every time I see him on the pitch, I'm worried. Do you get me? I'm worried. Even the couple of games that he had, well, but that's not good enough. I'm sorry. But what's your thoughts on it, Carl? Like, is Mosquera there?
Don't know anything about him. If I'm going to be very, very honest with you. The the only way I'll see it is if we do get him in, I'll be like, okay. The only crumb of comfort I will say is, okay, he's back up to Saliba. We've been needing backup for a very long time for William Saliba, so I'll just be like, let's see what he does. 20 million euros. It can't be too much. It's not too much of a risk. But you could have really have got him very late on in the window compared to, say, I don't know, like now, because right now we haven't got any marquee signing. We're just going after depth pieces right now. As I said, it was like that restaurant analogy I gave you.
Mhm.
So I just feel like that. We'll see how he gets on. I did watch La Liga a little bit last season, but it was mostly Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico, and a bit of Athletic Bilbao as well. So I can't exactly comment on further down. But we'll see what happens. He's a backup to Saliba. You only need to see him if it's an emergency, but you probably will see him in like the Carabao Cup, and maybe we play one of the lower division sides in the FA Cup, maybe. So we'll see. But it's weirding me out, mate, because all the signs we made, whether it's Kepa, Zubimendi, Norgard, and potentially Mosquera, they're all defensive players.
Yep.
Facts.
How come is it that we are able to get these defensive players through the door rather quickly, and yet when it comes to creativity or attacking players, it seems to take months, if not years? Why is that the case?
Maybe these attacking players don't rate Arteta, but like, man, you're not about to stifle my minutes and kill my football flair, because we've seen, like, Pep tried to coach the flair out of Leroy Sané, and he fucked off to Bayern Munich. We've seen him turn Foden into a shadow of himself, because Foden has complete tech, where you see Pep completely coach all the joy out the boy. That's why he looked like a completely different footballer last year. Arteta doesn't. None of these players have none of the attackers have really improved under him. And that's why Saka is so much class, because he has maintained a certain level regardless of who he plays for, whether it was Emery, this guy, or Southgate, who aren't managers who are known for their attacking prowess. But none of these attackers look at Arteta and be like, yeah, this guy can take my career to the next level. And I think that's why Rodrigo is looking at it like, if I go to Arsenal, I know I can beat out all the men on the left wing, but is this man going to let me drop my shoulder and run past the fullback, or he's going to force me to recycle the ball and pass it back to Skelly and Rice all the time in the name of control?
Let me read you this one, BBK. Speaking of Rodrigo, because I want Rodrigo, to be honest. He was my first target. I wanted them to start with Rodrigo. They broke my heart when they told me that it's too expensive. I was straight away, I was like, oh shit, this shit's going to go left. It's going to go south. That's it. There's no real, you know what I'm saying? Just go Beach. You know what I'm saying? Man them in the chat, just go Beach. Forget about Arsenal. Turn your socials off. You get me? Nothing's going to really happen. No player of a certain stature. Like, you see how Liverpool bought in Wirtz? A baller. Everybody in the world would want Wirtz in their team.
Yeah.
Shirky. Do you know what I'm saying? You see these signings, you send a message with them. But apparently reports are saying Arsenal can offer Rodrigo a project where he can feel at ease. Did you catch that? At ease. It means that it doesn't matter if you win.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that one, Carl?
If I'm Rodrigo and that's what you told me, I'm like, oh, I'm staying at Madrid, mate. Why the bloody hell would I go when it's like, because you settle? Okay, Rodrigo wants to play on the left. He wants to play on the left wing, which is fine. But Madrid always have a case of shoehorning players into their. He's still an attacker, but he's put him on the right hand side on times as well. He has played him on the left, but not that much. But there's probably predominantly a very good reason why Rodrigo hasn't played that much on the left compared to he has been on the right or in the centre. Maybe because he's not very good on that wing.
I think it's Vinny, to be honest, Carl.
It's Vinny.
Yeah, I think it's Vinny. Yeah.
Vinny and Mbappe likes to drift out there. But if you're Arsenal, right, and you see an unsettled winger there, right, what you can do is, because he's easily better than every winger we have on the left-hand side. And he's a young Brazilian kid, and you know how much playing for the World Cup, playing for their team in the World Cup here means to Brazilian kids, right? And then you have Carlo, who's managing Brazil, who didn't play him in his right position at Madrid. He's managing Brazil right now, so he has to go somewhere, get minutes, and he has to bang to give Carlo a selection headache, or he is not playing. He's not going in the squad. And Real Madrid have played 3 games in these Club World Cup, 270 available minutes. He's only played 88 minutes of those 270 some minutes. So playing 33% of the time will not get you in that Brazil squad. He needs minutes. So if you're Arsenal, that's the only lifeline that you have where you can be like, hey, you can come, you can get minutes because you're better than Martinelli, you're better than Trossard. We're not even making it uncomfortable for him to be at Real Madrid, so we can actually turn his head, make the offer, pitch that to him, and just make a stance. But we're not even doing that. But I do think if we get him and Eze, that solves our creativity issue because all of a sudden it's no longer dependent on Bukayo Saka to get by his man when he's being doubled up and tripled up on, because one diagonal switch, and Rodrigo is clean.
Facts gives teams headaches. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially if they don't know. Being unpredictable is the best weapon you can have.
Yep.
Going from both sides. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's predictable with Arsenal. We know. Teams know where we're going. It's always to Saka and pray, Saka and pray. That's all it is. But Tex, what's your thoughts on this? Rodrigo situation? We haven't thrown money at it. We haven't talked to him. What's your thoughts?
Well, he's a player that I've rated for the longest time. You know what I mean? And I've said it like on my stream. I've said it like even when we played against him, I said that I'll still take him at my club. He's better than any left winger that we got. But like we always do, we're just monitoring, we're tracking, we're flirting, we're doing all of this stuff, but we're not bidding. You know what I mean? That's the one thing we're not doing, is not bidding for any players, man. So it's like you can do all this tracking, monitoring, flipping, seducing, whatever you want to do, yeah. But if you're not bidding for the player and not paying the money for the player, he ain't gonna come, is he? You know what I mean? And for someone like Rodrigo that wants to play on the left, like it should be a no-brainer. Slap down the money and say, look, Rodrigo, that left side's yours. Simple. That is yours. You know what I mean? But if I was Rodrigo, I'd stay at Madrid, to be honest, because he ain't doing...
Would you fight for your place at Madrid or come play for a team that you would be selected every week nearly? Every game, you probably play all the games if you come to Arsenal. That's what I'm saying. But we can't pitch him.
He'll be tracking back. I don't want to see him tracking back. That's what the manager will make him do. He'll make him do the hard yards, and then he will end up getting an injury. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we love hamstring injuries. We love them.
Oh, we do.
So don't be surprised if we get some more next season. Don't be surprised, because this manager just loves running players into the ground. He's got his favourites. You know what I mean? If you're not part of his favourites, then you ain't playing. You know what I mean? Look at Ethan. Like, where's Ethan going to fit in this team? And I rate Ethan, but where's he going to fit in? Is he going to play this season?
I don't think he's going to play, to be honest. Yeah,
I don't think he get a lot of Prem minutes. I think he get a lot of maybe some cup games if we draw like,
cup games,
league two sides. But the moment we come up against a Premier League team, Ethan bench
out.
Yeah,
bench.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. 100%. Big up to the chat though. Big up Mr. Waffle. Big up Boy 10. Boy 10 is saying, you know, man, which every day passing, my head is not cooling down, and it's not on this Norgard signing. It's not going to be Norgard, man.
I feel it.
It's typical Arsenal. I don't know why you're surprised, Boy 10. You get me? Why are you surprised? It's typical Arsenal.
They brought in us a new sporting director and lied to us. That's why men are pissed off.
Nothing surprises us anymore regarding of these signings. What will surprise us if the club actually fucking does a flipping 180? They get Gyökeres, they get Rodrigo, and they get Eze. We're like, okay.
Yeah,
now we're moving like a big club now.
Yeah. Now that would be a shock.
That would be the shock. That would be a surprise. That would be, everyone will be doing a video on that one, definitely, including us.
Yeah. That'll be something unprecedented, as they like to say.
That's unprecedented circumstances right there.
Exactly.
I would even shock the top owners, bro, because they would be looking at us like, oh, that man is smiling over there. That man are happy for
yes, because they're ballers. That's why.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the whole point.
Facts. As you can see, PW saying Sesko is 22, but better than Gyökeres. More versatile.
Buzzword.
PW, you caught the flu,
I
man.
keep hearing that. I keep hearing the versatile is hold up play, and basically the more words they use, it sounds like they're describing another Kai.
But you're basically just thank you. Just
That's
stole the
why.
words.
That's
You
why.
just stole the words out of my mouth. Yeah. And
That's
I said this already again, Rashid. You know, if it was so adamant going after Sesko, why the bloody hell did you buy Kai Havertz in the first place? Because they're the same type of striker. They're the same type of builder, same type of athlete. Why would you do that? Surely you would get a yin and a yang.
Yeah.
If you get Havertz, you get Gyökeres in.
Yeah, we need goals, bro. We need goals.
It is what it is, man.
Bro, we had 14 draws last year, bro. You know we've lost 15 games in the past 3 seasons. The past 3 seasons, we've lost 15 games, Premier League games combined. The losses is not our problem. We drew 14 damn games, bro.
We draw too much.
We need goals. Yeah, we need goals. That's it.
Yeah.
We need that goals. We need that creativity. Something this manager's not doing. I'm so pissed off with this manager. Like, you know what it is as well. You know what it is as well. Like, even the players that if we don't get Sesko, I've been hearing about Nicholas Jackson and Watkins and Calvert-Lewin apparently as well. As our first option. That's our first option, man.
Yeah, bro, if Nicholas Jackson comes through the door, I'm changing my channel to Beers and Bullseyes. There's no way I'm doing Arsenal content anymore.
Garbage out of shipping Chelsea.
Can you see it? Can you man see it happening?
I can see it. I can see it. Because
I thought
the Kai Havertz links were jokes. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Kai Havertz links were jokes. I brushed it off. I'm like, man, shut up.
How many times have we taken scrubs from Chelsea? How many times? It's like going back to this. It's going to the same fucking brothel over again. You keep getting the clap. Stop fucking going there, you idiots.
Man, like pain. We like pain, bro.
When we go to Chelsea and we're always taking their scrubs, why don't we actually, if we're gonna go to Chelsea,
get Cole Palmer.
Better players then.
Get Cole Palmer. Get Caicedo.
Slap down 150 million Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Straight up. Test the waters.
They still wouldn't sell him to us.
Go Chelsea, get one of their better players then. Stop getting the cast-offs. What are we, recycle FC or something? We just have to make everyone feel better. Oh, This man needs a project. He has to produce like something out of these players. Like this, get out of here.
No, Chelsea will take the money we will give him for Nico Jackson no matter where it can go actually get the striker they need. So we will fund their next trophy.
Didn't they just sign João Pedro?
Yeah,
they did.
So they may be anticipating Arsenal coming in with Madueke money, so they can't pay that off.
No.
Oh wait, no way.
They need to stop helping Chelsea out. You know,
I think that's Madueke. I mean, I think they agreed with that kid from Dortmund as well. That Gittins. So Chelsea are in the Club World Cup and they're making moves. We don't even have that excuse, and we're still sitting on our hands.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We have the third highest wage bill. Big up to Gunner Lane. We're smallest squad in the league. Make it make sense. We can't make sense out of nothing. I can't make sense out of anything this club does. Anything. I don't understand every move they do. I really don't. And it's always unpredictable with this club. So you might see a Nicholas Jackson and you might see a Calvert-Lewin. It can happen. It can really happen with this club. I mean, how long have we been talking to Sesko? If you want Sesko so bad, how long have we been talking to him? I heard that they just lowered their price.
But apparently Edu done such a really good job last year trying to get Sesko that he signed a new contract. Failing upwards as always, you know.
But you know the funny thing is, last season they were saying about he rejected because he didn't want to play backup to Kai Havertz. But you're coming in to play backup to Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
like, make it make sense, people.
Because you only scored 13 Bundesliga goals, bro. You can't come here and make any demand.
Like he's doing any better than Havertz, is he? He's more or less the same.
Yeah.
So
you can't make any demands.
So, I mean, it's crazy, bro.
I can't make sense of anything that happens with this club, man. Oh my days, I'm tired. Big up Boy 10. Boy 10 is saying he's fast, powerful. He's talking about Victor Gyökeres. A fast, powerful, has a dribble on, knows where the net is. There's things to sell the player before suspect stats from a weak league, man. Listen, this whole Farmers League got to stop. I can't lie. How come when we buy Moreno, everybody's gassing that one up? How come we buy with other players? Where are you gonna buy players if every league is Farmers League?
Yeah,
This Farmers League.
Kai Havertz was proven. Remember that. He was Premier League proven at Chelsea.
Fernando Torres was Premier League proven. He was at Liverpool. Look what happened when he went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, have we even signed Zubimendi, by the way? We haven't. Is there a here we go? Because all I can see is like, I understand that we have an agreement.
There is
It's
a
a
here we
gentleman's
go, but
agreement
it's
that the
not
money will hit their bill.
confirmed.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet. I think we're going to see that the 1st of July or the next couple of days. Because well, that's when our new financial year starts apparently. So
Yeah.
we should expect it on the 1st of July, literally as it stums on midnight.
Yep.
Literally.
Well, we'll see, innit? We'll see.
We'll see. Big up Paul saying 600 million in the bank, 300 not allowed to touch, 300 you're not allowed to spend on the FFP. Enough said. Facts. So we don't really have that 600 million in the bank. If you've got money that you can't spend, then it's not yours, is it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my days, this club. You'll have to ask Ineos, Stanley Kroenke himself on that one. Oh my. Big up Shane in the house. Shane, what are you saying, man? What are you saying? The somebody saying by the time Blunderman has splashed Rodrigo's hamstring, he won't be at the World Cup anyway. Might as well just stay at Madrid. That breaks his players' dreams. Yeah, facts. If you're running up and down that pitch, listen, it's not looking good. As a winger, I don't think you'll come to a club and play. And it's not even his game. You see that some players can do that, and some players are not built for that. It's like Salah. You can't ask him to run up the pitch every time, because by the time he's facing his goal, he's tired. He won't have a great shot. That's what happens with Odegaard as well. Odegaard, because he's always chasing the ball, when he actually has the ball, he's too tired to think anyway. This is the problem with this constant pressure. It works, but it doesn't. You get me? But I don't think Sesko is going to be a better player than Gyökeres. I also know that they won't free up the funds to sign Sesko after this moment because his price will go up. I heard his price gone down, Boyton. That's what I heard. I heard that the price has gone down, but I think this is the problem with the wage. I really do think it's a problem with the wage, in my opinion. But Paul's saying this is going to be a disastrous season. Fact, for AFC, whatever you say, they are because of wages. Simple AFC. Facts, man. Facts, 100%, man. Internet and Arsenal bank accounts break 1st of July. Big up Mr. Battle Red, man. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. These man want to hit me with Moreno. These meaty dumb. Big up Soccer Junkie, man. Big up Soccer Junkie in the chat. Big up Yasser, bro. His parent named him Ineos. Big up. Paul saying, come on, lads. Big up the lads. These gents are entertaining you. Big up. Smash the likes up, man. Them. What's the likes? What's the likes, man? Sub to the man them as well. But yeah, man. We're just gonna at the end. I'm just gonna end it on this. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. I can't lie. I've been at it for 2 days. I am tired. I need to go back to bed. The heat is killing me. Yasser knows what I'm talking about. Yasser knows what I'm talking about. But man, then thanks for coming through. I'm saying always a pleasure to have you guys on. Yeah, me. BBK, what you got coming up, man?
Man, I'm moving houses right now while nursing the ACL, so I'm in the hotel right now. That's why my background is all weird. So I don't have anything for today, man. Maybe once I get in the new house, get my Wi-Fi set up, I'll jump back on the net. But yeah, man, I'll just be tuning into you, man, for my daily football update. You know them ones. Big up to the chat still.
Big up, man. Big up to the chat. Carl, what you got coming up, man?
Take Aim podcast coming out. I'm probably going to say either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm waiting for this heat to die down because it's going to be 30 degrees plus over the next 2 days, and this room is going to be unbearable. So, so that'll be coming out on Wednesday. And I'm hopeful we get some proper transfer this kind so I could do some uploads for it. There will be a couple of anger management shows coming up before I head out to Madrid in just under a month's time. So that'll be, and I've already got one particular guest coming on for that already. So we'll see what happens with that one. And yeah, that's what I've got coming up right now. So a big up. Thanks for having me on, mate. Much appreciated.
Always, man. Always, man. Tex, what you got coming up, man?
Yeah, just shows whenever like there's news or anything, there'll be shows. Plus, I'll be doing more of the fandom experiences probably from next week onwards. So that we'll try and line up a few guests for a few more shows and that. So yeah, man, gotta get.
What's the fandom experience? Like, as in, what's the fandom experience? What's that idea about?
I was basically like talking about people's journeys as a fan from how they supported the club onwards.
Ah, that's a good one.
So yeah, so I've already done one with Shane a few weeks ago. I've done one with Shane already. So I'm just trying to get a few more people lined up for it and then get the ball rolling, man. But
that's bro, big up, man. You better tune into that one. Yeah, better tune into that one, man. Big up Bluebird in the chat saying, make sure you're subbing, fam. Make sure you're subbing. Don't be stingy. It's free. Sub to the man them, bro. Sub to the man them. You'll get entertainment for these guys, 100%. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to leave you. Peace to everyone in the chat. Obviously, there's gonna be a little video playback. You lot are gonna watch. It's the king. It's the king TT. When he speaks, I shut up. When he speaks, I shut up. But yeah, man, we're gonna raid Lee. So make sure you're saying Rashid raid and big up to every one of you. Love for the love. And we're out, people.
Man United played 5 finals in their last 5 years. The United that everyone loves at played 5 finals. In the last 3 years of building that building, you didn't reach a final.
What do you think of the current Arsenal situation of sort of 6 years now, 5-6 years without a trophy, but they're building and they're sort of getting better each time?
That's a tall building now. The building is tall. So there's a lot of the building is really tall. You know, I understand. At the very beginning, you arrive, you're in a situation at the beginning where it's not your team. You need at the very least 3 to 4 transfer windows to be able to change everything that you want to change. Get rid of the guys that are on a good contract, that don't want to leave, that maybe don't like the way you play or you don't like the way they play. So it takes time. Now, the last 3 years, we've been in a situation also where we should at least bring a cup, whatever it is, or a final.